Hello, Garden Universe. Jane here, coming from the romantic garden on Whidbey Island. I thought I would do a vlog all this week about the new garden that I'm putting in. It's in the shade, and well, it doesn't get a lot of sun, but I want to put tropicals in there. I'm new to tropicals, and I don't know very much about them other than what I'm learning recently. Last few days we've got 5 inches of rain in 36 hours, and the temperature's been hovering between 40 and 47 degrees, which, you know, that's not tropical growing weather. But I have a hoop house that you can see way in the background, and I overwintered a lot of these things that are in the foreground of my shot. I've got a couple of palms that I just recently bought within the last month. I potted up a lot of hosta and Nicotiana sylvestris and different things like that, and I overwintered them for a couple of months anyway. Not really winter, but you know what I mean. It's too cold to plant anything outside. In the hoop house I can overwinter quite a few things because I heat it with a ceramic wall heater, and I have a few grow lights. But I don't have any orchids out there. It's too cold for that. I keep a few orchids I have in the house in terrariums. So anyway, this garden is a shade garden, like I was saying, and it has a lot of ferns in it. It has some naturalized dicentra, wild bleeding hearts. It has a hardy fuchsia that'll come up later in the summer. There's maidenhair ferns, there's nastilbe, there is a native large fern in the background. The tree is it's a California bay tree that a friend gave me 20 years ago as a little tiny cutting. I had it in a pot for almost 17 years until the pot, it was a whiskey wine barrel, a half barrel, and it rotted and fell away. And the bay tree has been growing in that shade with just a little sun for 4 years now, and it's doing just fine. So anyway, these are where the potted hosta, the Nicotiana, different tropicals and things. I'm going to put pots within this shade garden, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm filming on the other side of the shade garden that I'm going to put potted tropical plants in. And you can see a little bit more of what I'm working with. So this right here is all the naturalized dicentra, wild bleeding heart. I never planted it. That's just coming along on its own. And then some maidenhair fern clumps are along here, and they're sentimental to me. The original clump came from my parents, and they brought it down from the mountains in the late 1970s when they were gathering leaf mold, which I used to do with them as a child. And so that's a fond memory. I've brought those maiden hairs with me for years. There's 3 clumps now. Eventually I think my children are going to want them. So they just grow there happily all by themselves. I don't fertilize them. I don't do anything other than make sure they're watered in August. So let's see what else is in here. Oh, there's some wild ferns. There's some royal fern that is growing under the dicentra. It'll come up later in the summer. So yes, I don't know what I'm going to call this garden. That's our tiki bar area over there. Maybe I'll call this the Tiki Garden. I don't know. Maybe the gardening universe out there will have some ideas for me.